Hello students, welcome to Memonit. I am Shubham. I am a physics SME in Memonit. So the main thing we will be discussing today is the BPT, the Brahmastra part test. In this test for physics, so there are two basic chapters, that are the basic mathematics and the units and dimension. Right? These two are the basic chapters. But one thing you need to know, that if you have to understand physics properly, right, you have to know the concept of units and dimension, means how the units and dimension gonna play a role, right, while understanding the different physical quantities, and what are the like how you are gonna understand what is viscosity and what is this, what is the other properties, like the properties of solids like Young modulus, right. So first of all, the basic of physics starts from this units and dimension chapter, right. So you have to give a you have to give full on this type of tests, like which comprises of this units and dimension, and there is one part that is called the basic mathematics. So here you will find trigonometry, the calculus, right. So it will just strengthen your the mathematics part, right, the calculation part, the how to understand what whenever whenever in certain numericals it has been asked that you have to calculate velocity or speed from the given this displacement or distance, how to calculate it. I think you will understand while if you solve this this BPT1, right. So first of all, good luck for your this BPT1 test. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's just go with the questions. Okay, so first question is from this: find the approximate number change in the volume of a cube on changing its side from 600 meter to 600.125 meter. So there is a cube, right? So there is a cube. I think you guys know that cube is a 3D figure. 3D figure comprises of 6 planes, and each plane is nothing but a square, right? So if you have to calculate the volume, right, how to calculate the volume, and one thing for cube is that every side is equal, each and every side is equal, right. So here it is given that it is 600 meter, so it is changed to 600.125, right. So if you have to calculate the volume, how to calculate the volume, you have to just the volume formula is here is V equals to L cube, where L is the side, right, L is the side of this this cube. Okay, so here first of all the L was given as 600, now the L is increased to 0.125. How to calculate it, right? So the change in the volume will be L cube or L1 cube, or L1. If you take this L2, write this as L1 and this as L2, right? So change in volume will be L2 cube minus L1 cube, right? This is L2 cube minus L1 cube. Okay, so this is the format of A cube minus B cube. So A cube minus B cube formula can be given as, right? So it can be given as this A minus B, A square minus A square plus AB plus B square, or there are other formulas like A cube plus A cube minus B cube formula is that this one is the A cube minus B cube formula, A minus B whole cube plus 3AB into A minus B. This is also the format, right? So if you follow this format and if you solve this, the 600 cube, this, right, so I think you will get this. This is the final result. How the final result is this: 600 square into 3 into 0.125, and if you calculate this, you will get the answer 135,000, 1,35,000 meter cube. That is the change. Okay, if you solve this by putting this this like in this formula, you will get it. Okay, this is a simple numerical just by basic mathematics. If you have the idea of basic mathematics, right, you will get the answer, right. So one thing I'm gonna say one thing, like whenever you are calculating like this 0.125, try to solve it like this. 0.125 means 1 by 8, and if you get this, I think it will be easy for you guys to solve this. 0.125 very hard to, if you multiply 0.125 with 3, it will be 0.375. That is also another thing, that is 3 by 8. 0.375 it is 3 by 8. So if you remember these things now, this will help you in calculating in the calculation. It will be very easy for you to calculate certain this 0.125. What is 0.125? 0.125 is 1.8. 0.25 is 1.4, If you remember this, it will be easy for you to calculate big this decimal numbers. Okay, so right. So moving on to the next one. Next one is the second question. Out of the following quantities, which one of the following pairs have the same dimensions? Same dimensions. Okay. So dimensional, you have to look at the dimensional formulas, I think. Right? What you have to do? You have to do the dimensional formulas. Different physical quantities. Okay. So different physical quantities are there. First of all, there is power and energy. Power and energy, the dimensional formula for power and energy cannot be equal to each other, because power is equals to W by T, right? Work per time, and and you guys know that the work is nothing. What is energy? First of all, what is work? Work is force into displacement, and power is F into V, force into displacement, not force into velocity. So that means the dimension of power and work should not be equal. And one thing you know, that what is energy? Energy is nothing but the strength of doing work. That means the dimension of work and dimension of energy will be similar. Dimension of work is ml t minus 2, and the multiplication of dimension of this L. L means the dimension of displacement, that will be equal to ml to t minus 2. Right? This will be the dimension of work, and the dimension of energy will be equals to this. Okay, in the second option it is given work and energy. Okay, so this one will be correct one, right? Another is this one is stress and pressure. What is stress? Stress means nothing but force per unit area, and pressure is pressure is also force per unit area. That means if the two physical quantities have similar, right, formulas, mathematical formulas, they bound to have similar dimensions. That means stress and pressure also have the similar dimensions. Okay, now work and power, I already discussed work and power. Power is nothing, power is never equals to work, because work is nothing but so power is nothing but work per time. So there is a time factor. Whenever you are calculating the dimension of power, there will be a time factor. Okay, so I think you guys got the answer, right? This is work, energy, stress and power. The statement number 2 and 3 are correct, which is the option number 3, which is given in the option number 3. Now the third one is a assertion reason based question. Okay, the assertion says light year and astronomical unit both measure time. Okay, this is not correct, right? This is not correct. Light year, what is light year? Light year, by light year what you do? By light year you can do one thing, you can measure the light year is a very big unit for calculating distance, right? So light year, what is the definition of light year? The amount of distance, or the distance covered by the light ray in 1 year is known as the average distance covered by the one light distance traveled in a vacuum in 1 year, right? How can you calculate this? You know the value of the velocity of the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and if you multiply this with the total second value in 1 year, that is equals to 365 into 24 into 60 into 60. If you multiply this, you will get this 9.46 into 10 to the power 15 meter, right? This is the value of 1 light year. Okay, so this is the value of 1 light year. So the light year doesn't measure the time, it measures the distance. It is a very big distance. It is mainly measured between two planets, right, or stars, planets, right? Okay, and the astronomical, that is also the same thing. Astronomical unit AU, it is the biggest unit. No, not the biggest unit. This is the second biggest, I think. Yeah, second biggest astronomical unit. That is the value of 1.5. It is around 1.5 10 to the power 11 meter. Not 1.49 is the precise one. 1.5 10 to the power 11. That is the value of astronomical unit. Okay, so that means we can say assertion is wrong, right? First of all, we proved this is wrong. Okay, now reason, both light year and astronomical units are very small units. No, I already told you, right? Both light year and astronomical, they are not small, they are the very big units which are used to calculate like the distance between stars, planets, right? So that is not a small thing. So these are not small. So that means both are wrong. Assertion, reason, both are wrong. Okay, so that means option number 4, both assertion and reasons are false statements. Okay, now moving on to the next one. These are very simple questions are given, right? I think, and very simple, but the thing I already told you, right? Units and dimension is a very very important for understanding what quantities you are going to deal, physical quantities you are going to deal with in the future chapters, right? So first give great attention to this test BPT1, okay, and give great attention to this units and dimension chapter along with basic mathematics. Okay, now both assertion and reason. Now question number 4. If the velocity of light is c, gravitational constant is g, and Planck's constant is h, taken as fundamental units, dimension of mass, okay, velocity of light, okay, gravitational constant g. Now to Planck's constant, right? Planck's constant, you know where the Planck's constant is there. E equals to h nu, that is the energy of a photon particle. E equals to h nu, where h is the Planck's constant and nu, you guys know, nu is the frequency of wave, right? And E is the energy, and another formula is there is E equals to mc square. From that I think you guys can calculate, right? M equals to h nu by c square, right? So I think you guys got this. Okay, so how to calculate this? It is already given in this solution. Yeah, so and the gravitational constant, what is gravitational constant? In the Newton's gravitational formula it is F equals to, you know, F equals to g mm by r square, g m1 m2 or mm by r square, capital M by r square, where m and m, these two are the mass of two objects, and r is the distance between the object, and g is the universal gravitational constant, and F is the gravitational force, right? So if you calculate the dimension, first of all calculate the dimension of this g. How to calculate this? G, dimension of g will be equal to dimension of F into r square by m square. Dimension of force is ml t minus 2, and the dimension of r is equals to L. So that means it will become ml t minus 2 L square divided by m1 m2 means m square. It will become m minus 1 L3 t minus 2, right? So this is the dimension of, this will be the dimension of this g, okay, m1 through 3 minus 2, right? So this will be our dimension. Now first of all do this. Now dimension of, first of they want to for E equals to h, this formula dimension of, you have to calculate dimension of E, energy. In the second question I think you understand, I think you got this, right? P is equals to W by T and the W is equals to energy. So energy will become power into time, right? Energy will become power into time, or energy, you can say the dimension of energy is equals to dimension of this work. Dimension of work is ml to t minus 2, that means dimension of energy will be equals to ml to t minus 2, right? So this is given here, dimension of energy, and the dimension of frequency is nothing, nu or frequency is nothing but 1 by t, where t is the time period, right? And the dimension of time is also t, so that means it will become, dimension of nu will become t inverse, t minus 1. So therefore dimension of Planck's constant, I already told you, h is equals to E by nu, it will become so dimension of this will become what? Dimension of h will become, so E by nu, and E is ml t minus 2, and this frequency is t inverse, right? So from this you will get this is the ml to t minus 1, okay, so it will become ml to t minus 1. Now put this, if you put the values, right, if you put the values here, what you will get? Now the dimensional, there is a theorem called dimensional homogeneity theorem. I think you guys know this. Like, what is the dimensional homogeneity theorem says? There are mainly 2 to 3 points are there, that the dimension of left hand side will be equal to dimension of right hand side, right? This is the thing. Second one is, if two quantities are added or subtracted from each other, that means their dimensions are also equal, right? The third one is, if they are multiplied or divided, the dimension should also be multiplied or divided, right? This is these three, you have to remember this for dimensional homogeneity, right? So from dimensional homogeneity you can see this, if you solve this, c is c to the power a, g to the power b, h to the power c, and if you just put this, what you will get? You will get this a value of a is this, b value, c is value of this, and so the mass of the new system will be this, c to the power half, g to the power minus half, h to the power half, g to the power minus half. Okay, so option number 2, I think, yes, right? Option number 2 is the correct one, this one. Okay, now moving on to the next one, 5, question number 5. Time period of oscillation of a simple pendulum. Okay, the pendulum problem, right? So pendulum, yes, the formula is already given. This one is, it is easy for you to calculate. right? T equals to 2 pi root over L by G, right? So how to calculate this? So whenever you are calculating the error, right? So here it is given the measured value of L, that is the length of the pendulum, is 10 centimeter. Least count is 1 millimeter. Time of oscillation, 100 oscillations of the pendulum is measured 125 seconds. Using the stopwatch to least count 1 second, the maximum percentage of error. Percentage error, how to calculate percentage error? This is the this is how you can calculate percentage error in gravitational G. So value is this, T equals 2 pi root over L by G. So first of all, square this, both sides square this, right? What you will get? T squared equals to 4 pi square. This is 4 pi square L by G. So G will be equals to what? 4 pi square L by T square, right? So in the whenever you are calculating the error, so first of all let me tell you this, just do the differentiation, you will get this 4 pi square. This has no value in calculating the error, because this is our constant, and constant, if you differentiate constant, it will be 0, right? It will remain constant, it will be 0, right? So now if you differentiate it, what you will get? This will be become L by L, del L by dL by L, right? And this will become 2 into T, 2 into del T by T, or dt by T, right? So here del T by T, this is the percentage error, and del L by L, this is the percentage error, right? Okay, and remember one thing, there should be always be a added sign, the plus sign should be there. If this is divided or multiplied, doesn't matter. If two quantities are divided or multiplied, doesn't matter, their sign between them will always be equals, is a addition sign, right? So put the values here. I think if you put the values, what are the values given? So del T, I think it is given 1 second, yeah, 1 by 125 it will become, and what this del L by L, right? So it will become this, what will it will become? Del L is given, okay, 1 millimeter. First of all calculate 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter is equals to 0.1 centimeter, right? So from millimeter to centimeter conversion, you have to divide it by 10. So 1 millimeter, if you convert it to 1 millimeter to 1 centimeter, because without the same unit system you cannot calculate it, right? So first of all convert this, 1 millimeter to 1 centimeter means 0.1 centimeter. Now divided by 10, right? So the value of this one T is equals to our 125, that is the actual value, and del T is the error, least count, sorry, not the error, the least count. In case of del L, it will become our this what it will become? It will become 0.1, sorry, 0.1 divided by 10. So if you calculate this, you will get this, 0.026. So now multiply this with 100%, so you will get the percentage error. That is equals to 2.6%, right? So this is the way you can calculate the percentage error. Now question number 6. Mass, length and time and current are the fundamental quantities, the dimension of permittivity. Okay, so permittivity, right? I think you guys know what is permittivity. Electrical permittivity, not the only the permittivity, the electrical permittivity, that is equals to, that is first of all, I think you guys understood, I think you guys heard of it from this Coulomb's law, right? You guys are already familiar with it, right? The Coulomb's law says that if the electrostatic force is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, right, q1 q2 by r square, right? It is similar as this gravitational formula, right? So first of all, to calculate the dimension of this epsilon naught, so just cross multiply it, you will get epsilon is equals to q1 q2 by r square into f. Here f 4 pi has no dimension because it is a number, so it has no dimension, so there is no use of it while calculating the dimension. So now q is nothing but q is equals to IT. I means current flow, right? I, here the dimension is dimension of I is A, so it will become q equals to AT. So q1 into q2 become A square T square, right? A into AT means A square T square divided by R square means L square. That means the dimension is already we had from this is equals to A square T square. What you will get? A square T square L to the power minus 2. Now, so for the calculating the dimension of F, I think you guys already know the dimension of F is equals to MLT minus 2, right? So it will become M minus 1, L minus 1, T2. So T2, I think L minus 1, this will add each other. So after calculating all this, you will get this M minus 1, L minus 2, L minus 1 will become L minus 3. So and T to the power T square plus T square equals T to the power 4 and A to the power 2 is already there. right? So this is the, yeah, this is the thing. So I think option number 2, option number 2 is the correct answer here. Now question number 7, the frequency of vibration of mass m suspended from a spring constant k. Okay, spring constant is there. The relation of that type is f is proportional equals to c m to the power x k to the power y, where c is the dimensionless constant and x and y are the, so you have to calculate the value of x and y. Okay, here m is the mass I think, and k is the spring constant, and f is force. I think you guys already know f is equals to kx, right? What is x? What is f? F is the force applied to the spring, and k is the constant, spring constant, and x is the displacement, sorry, what to say, you can say the change in length, right? Change in length of the spring, that is called the x. Okay, so if you calculate this, right, if what you have to calculate, you have to calculate the value of this, the frequency of suspended k is given by, calculate the value of x and y from this equation. So f is nothing but what? F is nothing but, so first of all calculate the value, the dimension of k. K will be equals to f by x, right? That means equal to ml t minus 2 l minus 1, right? It will become mt minus 2. Dimension of this, dimension of k is equals to mt minus 2. Okay, so let me get to this page. Okay, so it will become mt minus 2 ml, this is not written, it will become m, it will become mt minus 2, right? So the dimension of k is this. Now to calculate the dimension of what, f, sorry, the so if now you have to calculate, I think you have to apply the homogeneity theorem, right? Dimensional homogeneity. So here f is nothing, here I think I misunderstood it. This is f is nothing but the frequency. Here f is the frequency. Frequency means, I already told you, frequency means 1 by t, the time period, 1 by time period. So dimension of f will be equals to 1 by time. So the dimension of this becomes, in the left hand side becomes t minus 1. Dimension of c, the c has no dimension because of dimensionless quantity. M, the dimension of m is capital M to the power x. Dimension of k is mt to the power minus 2, mt to the power minus 2 to the power y, it will be there, right? So if you just so that means m to the power x and m to the power y, it will become m to the power x plus y, and t to the power minus 2y is there. Now if you compare both the sides, here the dimension of m is 0, right? So 0 is equals to x plus y, right? And minus 2y equals to 1, so that means the value of y is equals to minus 1 equals to minus 2y, that means y equals to 1 by 2. The y equals to 1 by 2, and the value of x, if you put the value of x here, y here, y equals to half, it will become x plus half equals to 0, that means x will become minus half, that means x is minus half, y is plus half. Option number 4, right? All things, this kind of this what is this kind of dimensional analysis always follows the dimensional homogeneity theorem, right? So remember this, what is dimensional homogeneity? I already discussed. The dimension of left hand side will be equal to dimension of right hand side. Okay, dimensional formula of water equivalent. I think this is the most controversial question, I think you guys will get, right? So many of you guys will I think ask, many of guys have a problem with this question, and many of guys will have, because there is a disparity in the formula and in the our what do you call the definition, right? Most of you guys have the confusion, so let me clear this up. Okay, what is water equivalent? Water equivalent is the product of mass of the substance by its specific weight, that is equals to m into s, right? So this is equals to water equivalent, W equals to m into s. So you guys will say ask me, sir, so that means the dimension of this water equivalent will be equal to dimension of mass and dimension of this specific gravity, right? So you guys will, sorry, so not the specific gravity, specific heat, and you guys know that S is equals to h by mt. So you guys will say, sir, yeah, so S has certain dimensions, because h is equals to what? H is the energy, that is equals to m into t minus 2, and m is here, and this is T, this is our temperature, that is equals to theta, right? So that means S will be have a dimension. But let me tell you one thing, S is a specific heat. S has no dimension because S is the ratio of two similar quantities, right? So therefore S has no dimension, it is a dimensionless quantity. So therefore the dimension of water equivalent will be equal to only the dimension of mass, that is equals to m. So the dimension of water equivalent will be equals to m L0 T0, right? So if you, I think if you see this is ml0, this is option number 2, it is given. Most of you guys will have a just confusion over this one option. So this is already given, I think. And one thing I already told you how to calculate this dimension of this water equivalent. First, if you have any problem regarding this, just ask in the comments. I will clarify this later. Okay, I will clarify this more. How you can understand this? What is the this value of this water equivalent, or the dimension formula of water equivalent is? Okay. Now, so question number 9, the oscillation of pendulum. There are, I think, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 data are given. The average absolute error. First of all, this is a very simple average. I think you guys know how to calculate the average. First of all, calculate the average. How many data are there? First of all, add it and divide it by 5. That is the number of this. What is this number of this? Our number of experiments, or the number of values we have taken. Right. So this is the So this is the error. Total error is how much is 2.624. So now to find the absolute error in every part, what you have to do? You have to, this is the mu, this is the average. So what you have to do? You have to subtract each and every reading from this mean error, right? Each and every error, this in the mod. That means there is no sign value, right? And divided by the total number of observation, that is the 5, right? So you will get this 0.108, that is equals to 0.11. That is the absolute error. So to calculate the absolute error, first of all you have to calculate the mean error, right? And then what you have to do? You have to subtract each reading from the mean error and divide it by the number of observation. Then you will get the absolute error, right? I think understood. I think you guys understood, right? Formula, just apply the formula and you will get it. Okay, moving on to the question number 10. 1 gram centimeter second inverse equals to x Newton second, then the number x is equal to, okay, first of all have a look at this. 1 gram centimeter second inverse, Newton means, I think you guys know, Newton is equals to kg meter second to the power minus 2, right? Yeah, second to the power minus 2, right? And this is second. So that means second, this will become second inverse. So second inverse cancel out. Here it is written that 1 gram is equals to 1 gram centimeter equals to 1 kilogram meter, right? Okay, 1 kilogram meter second. I think you guys, there is a shortcut process, right? You guys, I think if you remember this, 1 Newton is equals to 10 to the power 5 dyne, right? What is Newton? Newton is nothing but kilogram meter second square. And what is dyne? Dyne is also gram and centimeter second to the power minus 2. If second to the power minus 2, second to the power minus 2 cancel out from each side, right? What it will remain? Kilogram meter, and it will remain 10 to the power 5 gram centimeter. So now divide this. 1 kilogram meter divided by 10 to the power minus 5 will become 1 into 10 to the power minus 5 equals to 1 gram centimeter. So 1 gram centimeter is already here, I think. Okay, so 1 kg meter is there, but here it is 10 to the power minus 5, and here it is x. So that the value of x will be equals to 1 into 10 to the power minus 5. This is a very simple problem, right? Very simple. If you remember this, that 1 Newton equals to 10 to the power 5 dyne. Okay, so next question, question number 11. This is from the basic mathematics. You all guys requested that we should include certain question from basic mathematics. So here it is. The first one is from the, I think, the trigonometry, right? First one is from the trigonometry. So trigonometry, it is a sin theta value is given, a cos theta value is given equals to 1. To calculate the value. So if you find this kind of numerical stuff, so do one thing, square it, square both the thing. So it will become a squared sin squared theta and add it. square and add a square sin square theta, a square cos square theta equals to root over 3 square means 3 plus 1, it will become 4. So that means a square, if you take common, it will become a square sin square theta plus cos square theta equals to 4. That means a square equals to sin square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1, right? So it will become a square equals to 4, that means a will be equals to plus minus 2, or it will be equal to 2 only. This class question number 11 has 2. So here it is given another way, so you can also say this, but this is the simplest way to do it. Square both the sides, square both the equation and add them. This is this and this, by that I think you will get this. Question number 12, a body of mass 20 gram and volume of this, maximum possible error in measurement is 0.01 and 0.1. Okay, so calculate the nearest value. How to calculate this? Nearest percentage error in density. So density, I think you guys know, density equals to mass by volume. So calculate the density error is del d by d will be equals to del m by m and del v by b. I already discussed that. Whether it is divided or multiplied, it doesn't matter. The sign in between them will always be a addition sign, right? So the del v here, del m is equals to 0.01 and m is equals to 20 and del v is equals to 0.1 and this is also 5. So if you put all the values, right, what you will get? You will get the value like 2.05, which is nearly about 2. So that means 2% is the right answer, right? Basic thing. How many significant figures are here? 30. This is a very confusing question for many of you guys. Okay, first of all, understand what is a significant figure. The digits that are no reliably plus the first uncertain digit are known as a significant digit, right? In the number, in this number, the decimals, zeros on the right side of the non-zero, that are significant. Therefore, the 30 has a 4. What is written? That here the zeros which has a certain significant or the significance in the number 30.00. So therefore, you can say one thing, that all the four numbers are required to, I think what you can say, to describe this number or to present this number. So therefore, the total number of significant number is 30. Okay, sorry, the 4, 30.00. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 significant numbers are there, right? So one significant number means the name itself calls this, right? So name itself says tells the significant number, the number which is significant to present a number in front of everyone. That is the significant numbers that are present in a certain number. Okay, okay. Now moving on to the next one, question number 14. This is a match type question. Okay, column 1 to column 2, angular momentum, density, pressure and energy. So you guys can do one thing. First of all, move from this simpler one to this complex one. Density is, you guys know, m by v. Mass is equals to m and the volume is L3, that is it will become m by ml minus 3. So that means B will always coincide with ml minus 3, right? And now the pressure is nothing but F by A, force per area, that is equals to ml T minus 2 divided by L2. It will become ma minus 1 T minus 2, that means this is 4. So B with 3, C with 4. Okay. Now energy is equals to nothing but the dimension of force. So the dimension of work, that is equals to ml to T minus 2. So this. So that means angular momentum is this. So do this. I think match this. I think you will get the answer is this one. Option number 3. Okay. Now next one. 15. Very simple numerical, I think. Yeah. Find the relative error. So differentiate this. What you will get? 3 del A by A, 2 by 3 del B by B, 2 plus 2C del C by C plus 3 by 2 del D by D. Okay. All the things they all already discussed this. All the things, all the errors should be added from, not in a subtracted from, right? So therefore, if first of all find this, where it is written, option number 2, 3 into del A by A, 2 by 3 del B by B, 2 into del C by C, 3 by 2 del D by D, right? Understood? This is a very simple numerical. First of all, to understand this, you have to calculate the differentiate, right? Differentiate this and you will get it. The absolute error. The main criteria of the main way of the main process of calculating absolute error is by doing differentiating, right? Okay, question number 16, assertion reason. The method of dimensional analysis cannot validate the exact relation between physical quantities in any equations, right? This is right. It does not distinguish between the physical quantities having the same dimension. Yes, this is the thing. Work and energy. I think we guys the question number 2, I think, right? We guys discussed this. Pressure and stress, they are the same dimension. So by dimensional analysis, it cannot distinguish which quantity is which is work, which is stress, which is pressure, which is which is energy. You cannot distinguish between pressure and energy just by looking pressure and stress just by looking the dimension. You have to mention this is pressure, this is stress, and then you can understand, oh, this is the thing, right? So question number 16, in the question number 16, I think, yeah. So the that means right. So that means you can say this this one is correct one and this one is also the correct one. So and this one is correctly representing this. Okay, right. The dimensional analysis. What is the main purpose of dimensional analysis? This to validate. So sorry, no, not validate, to judge whether the chemical, whether the physical, chemical, no. The mathematical equation that are provided to, like the v squared equals to square plus 2s, s equals to ut plus half t square. This is dimensionally correct or not. That means the dimension of left hand side is equals to the dimension of right hand side is or not. That is the main purpose of the dimensional analysis, right? So it cannot distinguish between pressure and stress. You cannot just establish a relation between just by giving the dimensions, just by having the dimension of certain quantities, right? So first of all, you have to have the idea of the physical quantity. Then and then you can establish the relation. By dimension you cannot establish it. Okay, question number 17, y equals to 3x squared. Okay, so this is a parabolic parabola. I think you guys know x squared equals to 4ay or y squared equals to 4x, but right, so this is the parabola equation around y axis, right? This is the y square 4 square x. This is the equation about x axis, like this, right? So these two are the equations. So in this equation, this is x square. That means this is the, so that means I think we can say option number 1. It is looks the correct one. And why this not this? Because this is in the negative x axis. But here you can say there is no negative sign is there. So therefore it will be in the a positive y direction. X square equals to y by 3, which matches with this, right? So this one, right? Okay. This is basic numeric, basic coordinate geometry problem. This, okay. Question number 18. Force, acceleration, and time, okay, are chosen as the fundamental physical quantities. Find the dimension of energy. Energy, what did I told you? Energy is nothing but F into S. That dimension of this F is already there. Now calculate the S. S is the distance. How to calculate distance from acceleration and time? Acceleration is equals to V by T, right? And V is equals to S by T. So that means S by T and by T will become S by T square. S, right? So S is equals to A into T square. So it will become A into T to the power 2. So it will become F A T to the power 2. Very simple dimensional analysis. F A T to the power 2. Right? So option number 3 is the correct one. Question number 19. A physical quantity Y depends on the quantities X. Y equals to AX B sin CZ. A, B, C are the constant. Which of the following have the same dimensions? Okay. First of all, understand this. This is a sin theta. Theta is an angle, and angle is a dimensionless quantity. That means CZ is a dimensionless quantity. CZ, right? And Y, Y physical quantity Y depends on the quantities of X and Z. Okay. Okay. So the thing is that Y equals to AX, right? And the dimension from the dimensional homogeneity theorem, what you can say, the dimension of Y is equals to dimension of AX. Dimension of Y equals to dimension of B sin CZ, right? A has no dimension, that means dimension of Y is equals to dimension of X or AX. First option is correct. Dimension of Y is equals to dimension of B because this is a dimensionless quantity, right? This is also correct. And the dimension of C is equals to dimension of Z minus 1. Why? Because C and Z has the same dimension. Or sorry, theta. This theta is a dimensionless quantity. That means dimension of this and C and Z minus 1 will be the same. right? So therefore all the options are correct, all the statements are correct. Question number 20. In an experiment, this is given A, B, C. The error in this is this. Calculate the error in this. How to calculate this? So for this del A by A, this will become 2 because the square is there. So 2 del B by B, then del C by C. This will become 1. 2 2s are 4 plus 3. It will become 8%. That means option number 2 is the correct one, right? Basic, right? You have to add it only. Okay, question number 21. Two forces, this and this, acting simultaneously on an object. What will be the value of the resultant if they are working in the same direction? If they are working in the same direction, so the resultant will be, what will be the resultant? The resultant will be the summation of these two forces. That will be equals to 43 plus 0.2, 0.3. That is equal, that these are nothing but 0.2, 0.3. These are the errors, right? Whenever you are adding it, the error will also added, right? So it will become 0.5. Okay, right? Now, so 25 plus 18 means 43, 0.2 plus 0.3 is 0.5. Now, they are working in the opposite to the direction. Opposite direction means they will be subtracted from each other. It will become 25 minus 18, this is 7, 0.3 minus 0.2, it will become 0.1. Yeah, so that means option number, which one is the 0. Sorry. Option number 1, yeah, option number this one. So error, whenever they are moving in the opposite direction, what will be the error? As I told you, it doesn't matter whether they are divided or subtracted, this doesn't matter. The error will always be added to each other. That means 0.2 plus 0.3, error will be 0.5. Error would not be subtracted. Whenever you are subtracting the value of these forces, the error should not be subtracted, that they should be added only. It will become 0.2 plus 0.3, that it will become 0.5. So that means 25 minus 18 means 7. Plus 0.2 plus 0.3 means 0.5. Okay, so that means option number 1 is the correct option. Now moving on to the next question, question number 22. This is another question from the trigonometry of the basic mathematics. The most of you guys requested to add this, right? So we added it. So sine 30 plus 25. So first of all, understand this, how to do this, right? So this is 30.25. It will become sine, right, 30 plus 0.25 degree, and understand one thing, if the value of the angle is lesser than 5 or 7 degree, or sometimes it is been said 3 degree, right? So here sine theta, angle is a very acute angle, so sine theta will become only theta, sine theta only becomes theta, and cos theta becomes 1, and tan theta also becomes theta. Remember this, for the very small value of theta, the sine theta will always become theta, right? So now this is a sin A plus B format. Sin A plus B format is sin A sin B plus cos A cos B, right? So here it is been already sin A plus B, this. So if you put the value, I think you will get the answer, right? Sin 30, I think you guys know what is the value of sin 30. Sin 30 value is 1 by 2. Sin 30 here, put the value, and cos 125 I already told you, if the value of cos becomes very less, it will become 1. So it is 1, and the sin theta will be equals to theta, that is 0.25. 0.25 means 1 by 4. That is the degree value. Now to calculate to this, to convert this to a radian value, you have to multiply this by pi by 180, because we know 1 degree equals to, sorry, pi is equals to 180 degree. That means 1 degree equals to pi by 180. Right? This is how you can calculate or to convert from degree to radian, right? Multiply the degree value with pi by 180. Okay, question number 23. So sorry, so no, this is not finished, I think. So if you calculate all the values, I think you will get this. This is root over 3 pi by 1440. Okay, question number 23. If the velocity of the acceleration and force, the velocity, acceleration and force, these are taken as the fundamental quantities, then the moment of momentum is nothing but, right, moment of momentum is nothing but our this angular momentum. This is angular momentum. I think you guys will confused by this, the terminology moment of momentum. No, don't need to confuse. So it is nothing but the angular momentum, that is given by, angular momentum is given by I into omega, right? I into omega, and I is equals to mr square. and omega equals to v by r, right? So from that I think you guys can calculate. So momentum is written by L. L is proportional to f to the power a to the power b, v to the power c. Take this a, b, and c are the constants. You have to calculate the value of this constant only. So by putting all the values, all the dimensions, right? L as the dimension of a1, L2, t minus 1, right? So this, right? So put the value on comparing this. What you will get? You will get this. L is equals to f a to the power minus t, v to the power 3, which I think coincide with this. Option number 1, right? A equals to 1. So this is a dimensional homogeneity. This is by dimensional homogeneity. Dimension of L is equals to, already told you, I omega. I means m r square means ml square. Omega is lt minus 1 divided by L. It will become t minus 1 only. So it will become m L2 t minus 1. That is the dimension of E. This, and f is mlt minus 2, a is L square, and a is not L square, a is acceleration, that it will become lt minus 2, and the dimension of velocity is equals to lt minus 1. So put all the values and just compare all the sides. A equals to 1, a plus b plus c equals to 2, 2a minus 2 minus 2a minus 2b minus 2c equals to minus 1. So solving all the equation, you will get a equals to this, and b equals to this, c equals to this, and put the value in the this equation. This is the number 1 equation. If you say this, put the values this in this number 1 equation, and you get this. Question number 24. I think this is, by looking at the explanation, it is seems like, yeah, this is one of the basic mathematics only. So find the gradient of the line. Gradient means nothing but m. M is the gradient or the slope. It is equals to y by x, or equals to tan theta, right? The perpendicular by base thing, right? Tan theta. How to calculate this y? So here I think 2 points are given. So find the value of y, find the value of x, and you will get this. So m is formula is given, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus y1, or dy by dx. Dy by dx means very small difference between two values, right? So with respect to, now what you have to do, you have to just differentiate, right? It will become 3, it will be 5 dy by dx. This is constant, the constant is 0. So that means it will become, if you take 3 this side, it will become minus 3 by 5 dy by dx, right? So the value of this dy by dx is minus 3 by 5, which is option number 1. Okay, question number 25. A3 by B4. A value is given, error A is given, B is given, error in B is given. That means this is del A, this is del B, this is B, this is A. Del A by A, del B by B, right? So A cube plus B4 means you have to multiply this by 3, this by 4, right? So then and then you will get the answer. That is equals to, I think, if you calculate all this, this is 0.2 by 20 means 0.1, right? Sorry, 0.01 into 3 means 0.03, and this is becomes 5, 0.5 into 4, 0.2, 0.3 plus 0.2 means 0.05 into 100 means 5%. That means the error is 5%. Yeah, the error is 5%. Basic, just you have to have the basic knowledge of how to do fast calculations, right? Okay, the next one, this is from the integration, the calculus. This is the definite calculus, because the upper limit and lower limit is given 1 and minus 2. This is the minus 2. Okay, so the thing is that 5z square minus 7z. Okay, first of all understand this. Integration x to the power n becomes x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So it will become 5z cube by 3. It will become 7z square by 7z square by 2, and this will become 3z. So now if we just take it in a box where this one and this one is given, the lower limit and the upper limit, always put the value upper limit minus lower limit, means 1, that means 5z cube by 3, right? So it will become this one, 5 by 3, and 1 to the minus 2 to the power cube means 8. sorry, minus 8, minus it will become plus 8. So if you calculate this, you will get the value I is equals to, or the integrational value is 69 by 2. This is equals to 3. 27. Equation A, y equals to this, where time is this dimensional formula of omega by k. First of all, I already told you na. So the theta or the angle of in trigonometrical operator is a dimensionless quantity. That means omega t minus kx a dimensionless quantity, right? So that means this omega t is also dimensional quantity and kx is also dimensionless quantity. Omega and t, omega equals to omega has the same dimension as t inverse, and k is the same dimension of x inverse, right? So omega by k, x inverse means L minus 1, right, and t inverse means t minus 1. Omega by k means, omega means t inverse, this will become L inverse, that means it will become Lt minus 1. Yeah, right, very easy, very easy. Understand this, the angle has no dimension, dimensionless quantity. A satellite is revolving Earth in an orbit of radius with a time period t. If the satellite is revolving the Earth in an orbit of radius r, that plus del r with the time period del t by t, then calculate the value of del t by t. Okay, the error in time period only. So first of all, you have to know the relation between r and t, right? So from the Kepler's law, this is the second law of Kepler's, it is equal to t square proportional to r cube. Time period is proportional to r cube, right? So if you just calculate it, it will become 2 del t. I already told you the differentiation, it will become 3 del r by r. So it will become del t by del t becomes, it will become 3. So 3 by 2 del r by r, right? 3 by 2 del r by r, that is option number 3. That is the correct one. Remember this name formula of Kepler, given by Kepler. This is from the gravitational chapter. I think you will guys will whenever you are just going to the second phase of this BPT, I think you will guys will get the gravitational chapter. 29, question number 29. A mass of object is this is the real mass. After measuring the mass of the object, we found that the mass was of the object to be greater than 2399, but lesser than 2401. Okay, it is in between 2339 2401, but it is not 2400. And the significant figure of the mass. So it doesn't matter 2399 2400. In both the cases, the significant figure is 4. So the value of mass should all in between these two. That means the significant figure of that value is also as the significant figure of 4, right? So therefore you can say the significant. That means option number 3 is the correct one. Okay. Question number 30. A metal wire has mass of this, radius of this, the length of this. Calculate the maximum percentage error in the measurement of density. Density already told you this, mass by volume. And the volume is metal wire. The metal structure of a metal wire is a what? Is a cylinder. And the calculate the volume of cylinder, how to calculate it is given by the formula pi r square L. R square means that the error in r square will be 2 del r by r, and error in L will be del L by L, and error in mass will be del m by m. So if you just put the values in this formula, you will get the answer. Error in this is 0.02. Right, it is 0.01, it is 0.02, put all the values. I think you will guys will get the answer. That is this is equals to around 1.6%, right? It will be equal to 1.6%. This is 0.002 divided by 0.4. That is equals to what? That is equals to 0.0005. It is equals to 0.001 divided by 0.3. It is equals to 0.0033. It is equals to 0.02 by 5. It will become 0.004. Okay, so if you add all this, if you add all this, what you will get? This will get 0.00156. If you multiply this by 100 for calculating the percentage error, it to multiply this by 100, you will get 1.56, that is equals to 1.6% almost, right. Find the acceleration of the particle, this. So acceleration, how to calculate acceleration? So first of all, to calculate the acceleration, this is the displacement. So if you differentiate 2 times, first of all, first differentiation of displacement will give you the velocity, and the second will give you the this acceleration. So first differentiation will get to this 2, this is the 60, right. So the second differentiation will be 6. So that means option number 1 is the correct option for calculating the acceleration. 2 time differentiation of displacement will give you this. Okay. So now this. Okay. So calculate the maximum error. This. How to calculate this is a very simple thing. First divided by x and y, right. So it will become del x by x and del y by y. Very easy. 0.02 by 20, 0.04 by 80. What is the value? It will be, I think, around 0.1, 0.5, 0.6%, right? Because yeah, so it will be around 6%. It is a very simple thing. 0.1, 0.5, 0.05. It is equals to 0.06 into 100 means 6%. Okay. 33. The percentage error in the measurement of a length of a simple pendulum. Then the maximum percentage of error in time period. Length. Okay. You guys know T is proportional to root over L. T is proportional to L to the power half. So del T by T will be equals to half of del L by L, right? And the length is 2%. That means half into 2% means 1%. That the error will be is 1% for this time period will be 1%. Very simple. Okay, question number this. The equation of state of gas, hypothetical system. Okay, P plus A by V square, B theta by. This is the Vander Waals equation, right? I think you guys know. From P is the pressure, V is the volume, theta is the absolute temperature. Okay. But you have to calculate the dimension formula A by B. Okay, let me move on to this. This looks very messy. Again, this dimensional formula of P. I think you guys know that the dimension of this will be equal to dimension of this. LHS equals to RHS. Not for mathematics, but for dimensional equation also. So, and I've already told you that from the dimensional homogeneity, you can say that if two physical quantities are added or subtracted, their dimension is also equal. That means the dimension of P is equal to dimension of A by V square. Dimension of P is L minus 1 T minus 2, right? So it has the dimension of same as dimension of A by V square. V square is the dimension of L to the power 6. So dimension of A will be equals to M L5 T to the power minus 2, right? Okay. And now the dimension of this dimension of this B. How to calculate the dimension of B? Dimension of P will be equals to dimension of B theta by V, right? So dimension of B will be equals to P means ML minus 1 T minus 2, right? And divided into multiplied with L cube divided by theta means K, right? So it will become ML square T minus 2 K minus 1. So A by B will be equals to, our A by B will be equals to, I think, L3K. MM cancel out, it will become L3K. Yes, this one. Okay. A new system of units is chosen in which units of mass is taken as 10 kg and length is taken as 100 meter. The unit of time is taken as 100 seconds, the speed of light. Okay, this is a very unique question. It is asked in the old system, I think in the old days. It is, so we are also, but we added this question because this is in our syllabus, the conversion. Okay, first of all, understand this. This is the dimension of this. So the speed of the dimension of speed is m0 lt minus 1, right? So therefore the error in m, right? So the conversion of m has no value. It will be because something to the power 0 always becomes 1, so it will be equals to 1 only. Now you have to calculate this units variation in L1 and T1 and L and T. So in L, it is unit of length is taken as 100 meter. Okay, so it will become 1 by 100. right? 1 meter by 100 meter, and the unit of time is taken as 100 second, so it will become 1 second by 100 second. So if you calculate all this, you will get this is the value, this is 1, this is 1, this is also 1. The total value will be equals to 1 only. So therefore, there is as the value, as the error is 1, so therefore if you multiply this with the real value of the speed of light in vacuum, that is equals to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, it will remain the same, because multiplying with 1 with something, it will not change the value. Okay. So question number 37. F is equals to AT plus BT square, where T is the time. What are the dimension of A and B? Okay. From dimension homogeneity, you can say dimension of F is equals to dimension of AT, and dimension of F is also dimension of BT square. So B will be equals to F by T square, and A will be equals to F by T. That is MLT minus 2 divided by T minus 1. It will become MLT minus 3. And in case of this, it will become MLT minus 4. That means option number 3 is the correct one. Okay. Now question number this. So a body of mass, this is not 0.01. This will be equals to 0. This. 38. Okay. So this is. So you have to calculate this what equals to m square by v. Okay. So m is 20 gram, v is 5, d. Okay, so the del d by d, or the m square by v, it will become m square by v, right? M square by v equals to 2 into this, 2 into del m by m into 100, del v by v into 100. So 2 into 0.1, 0.01 into 20 means it will become around 1 by 20, and this will become 0.2 into 5 by 100, it will become 2. Sorry, 2 now, it will become 4, right? So 0.2 by 5 means 0.004 into 1 plus 4.1. So it will become, the error in the density will be approximately 4%. 4.1 means error approx 4%, right? So it is a very simple thing. M square by v means 2 into del m by m plus del v by v, right? So this is the thing. It will become 2 into del m by m plus del v by v. This is the thing. Question number 39. Maxima and minima. This is a very unique concept in calculus. How to calculate maxima and minima? Maxima and minima whenever the value of dy by dx becomes 0, right? So calculate this dy by dx. Dy by dx will become 6x square minus 30x plus 36 equals to 0, right? Dy by dx equals to 0, right? So if we calculate this, it will be a what equation? This will be this equation. This is a, what you can say, this is a quadratic equation. So factorize it. I think you will get the value of maximum. Maximum value is x equals to 2, right? Why x equals to 2 is given? Why x equals to 2 is taken, right? I think you guys can say this. There is also a 3 value of x is 3. So the maxima of y is where the value of x is minimum. So out of this 2 and 3, the minimum value of x is 2. So there, in that minimum, the value of y is maximum, right? So therefore you can say the value of x is equals to 2 when you have to calculate the maxima, right? Question number 40. Okay, heat produced by a long wire characterized by resistance, current and time, okay, through which the current passes. If errors in measuring the quantities are respectively 1%, 2% and 1%, total energy, calculating the energy. Current means I, del I by I, right? It is 1%, and the time is given also, resistance also, sorry, del I by I is 2%, right? So it is del R by R is 1% resistance, and del T by T is also 1%. And there is a equation, I think you guys know, that is the Joule's equation, that is equals to H I square by RT, Joule's law of heating effect of current, right? So I square is there, so that means the del I will be multiplied by 2, so it will become 2 into 2% means 4%, plus 1% means 5%, plus 1% means 6%, yes, this one, it's simple, where there is square, cube, multiply with the number, the power, multiply with the power, multiply the error with the power only, This is the basic thing you have to remember. There is a time, clock is ticking. So you should find basic ways so that you can solve this kind of equation very fast, right? So this is the technique. Multiply the error with the power only. A wave represented by y equals to this ABC constant, dimension of ABC. You have to calculate the dimension of ABC. Y is nothing but the displacement, that is the dimension of L. And A sine AT plus BX plus C means this is the dimensionless quantity. That means the dimension of A will be equals to dimension of T minus 1. Right? Dimension of B will be dimension of L minus BX, means X is the displacement, that is equals to L minus 1. And C has no dimension. M0, L0, T0. T minus 1, L minus 1, L0. That means option number 2 is the correct one. Right? Question number 42. This is from the basic mathematics. Dy by dx at x equals to 2 y ln x square. Okay, so ln, right? So if you guys know that the ddx of log x or ln x equals to 1 by x, but here you have to apply the chain rule also, because there is x square there. So ln x square, it will become 1 by x square, but the derivation of x square will be 2x. So x cancel out, it will become 2 by x. So value of x is here given as 2, so that means 2 by 2, that will become 1, right? So why chain rule is there? Because there is no x, there is x square, and the operator is d by dx, not d by dx square. Here we have to keep in the mind that the d by dx, this will operate on x square, so it will change from x square to 2x, right? Okay, so number 43. R naught is stretched to 0.3%, the new resistance will be. Okay, first of all, remember this, whenever certain thing, right, whenever certain electrical wire is stretched to a certain percent, the new resistance will always be the twice of the stretched one, that is equals to 0.6%. That is you should guys remember. It should be twice. The value should always be twice of the stretched value. If it is twice, that means the value will be 2 into 2, means 4%. If it is thrice, it will become 2 into 3, means 6%. Right? So here it is given 0.3%. It will become, the error will become 0.3 into 2, means 0.6%. Right? This is a basic, or basic means this is the way you have to remember. Find the slope. How to calculate? First of all, I think we guys got this kind of numericals are there. So that is the m. Value of m is equals to nothing but y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. y2 means 6 minus 0, x2 means minus 2 minus 5. That means it will become minus 6 by 7. 44. Yeah, option number 2 is the correct one. Right. Okay, so Vander Waals equation here already, I think, yeah, I already told you, right? Vander Waals equation. That is another Vander Waals kind of equation. This is the real Vander Waals equation, P plus A, which is the nothing but the real form of this, PV square equals to nRT. Sorry, PV equals to nRT, not PV square. Okay, so A, B are the constant. We have to calculate this A by B. So how to calculate A by B? So basic, simple. P plus A by V square. P has that means the dimension of P is equal to dimension of V square, right? So that means dimension of A will become ml minus 5 T minus 2. Dimension of B will be same as dimension of this. It will become L cube. So that means dimension of this will be ml2 T minus 2. ml5, sorry, it was ml5, not ml, yeah. It will become ml2 T minus 2, that means option number 2 is the correct one, A by B. A by B means ml5 T minus 2 divided by L cube. L minus 5 plus 5 minus 3 means L2, the dimension will become this one, 45, right? So question number 46, the separation between 2 point sources light screen increased by 1.5%. The percentage change in the intensity. The relation between I and distance is I is proportional to R square, right? So that means del I by I. equals to 2 del r by r, right? So it will become 2 into the change or the error in distance, that is equals to 2 into 1.5%, that is it will become 3%, as, sorry, 1 by r square, as I is inversely proportional to distance. Remember this, I is inversely proportional to distance. So therefore if we increase, here the distance between them is increased. If the distance is increased, therefore as the relation between them is inversely proportional, therefore you can say as r is increased, so therefore I will decrease. So what is the amount of decrease? That is equals to 3%. So the option number 2 decreases by 3%. Question number 47. F is equals to alpha t square beta t, same dimensional homogeneity. F is this, F is also this. Write the factor of dimensionless quantity alpha beta. This is the PYQ question, right? This is the PYQ question. Question number, this is asked in 2024, NEET 2024. I think you guys got our this solution proof talk, that we guys covered this in our this Brahmastra test series 2024. Like this kind of numericals are already there. This is from the PYQ. This question is from the PYQ, question of NEET 2024, right? So alpha t square and the beta t has the same unit. So t will be equals to beta by alpha. So if you take option number 4, right? This is alpha t by beta. So alpha by beta, alpha by beta, alpha t by beta has no dimension, right? From this equation you can say alpha t by beta, alpha t by beta will be equals to 1, that is no dimension, m0, l0, t0, right? So this has no dimension, this is a dimensionless part. So number 48, the area of rectangular field of length this, breadth this, after rounding of the value the correct significant formula. Okay, 55.3, take this as 55, so multiply this with 25. So how to multiply this? First of all multiply 55 with 5, that will become 275. 275 into 5, that will become our 275 into 5 means this will become our 1385, right? So it will become 1375, right? So now multiply 25 with 0.3, it will become 7.5. So it will become 1382.5. So the if we just correct the, if you round off the value, it is very near to about 1400, right? So which is equals to nothing but 14 into 10 square. That means option number 4 is the correct one, right? Question number 49. Rounding off means there is a round of value near to the value you have to take. If it is 48, it will take 50. It is 98, it will take 100. The force is given by this F. So that means the dimension of force is equals to this, dimension of force is equals to this. Calculate dimension of d by b are same of bx. I already told you cos bx, that means bx is nothing but our angle. So angle has no dimension, that means dimension of b will be same equal to dimension of l minus x minus 1, that is equals to l minus 1. Dimension of d is equals to dimension of t minus 1, that means d by b will be equals to t minus 1 by l minus 1, that is equal to t minus 1 l. Sorry, this lt minus 1, that means this is this lt minus 1. Okay, that will equals to lt minus 1, that is dimension of velocity. Velocity dimension, how lt minus 1 is this? Because velocity has the dimension, velocity is given by nothing but the displacement by time. Displacement has the dimension of same as length, that is l, dimension of time is t, that means lt minus 1. Okay, question number 50, the last question. In an experiment percentage this, so the equation is here given, x